The Edict of Exile was unanimous. All 400 species of the Galactic Federation voted to expel humanity. Our crime? Excessive aggression, unpredictable behavior, and failure to conform to civilized standards. Translation: we asked too many questions. We challenged too many traditions. We refused to accept that "this is how things have always been" was a valid answer. You will return to your origin system, High Chancellor Vorn declared, his translation matrix barely concealing his satisfaction. Sol system is hereby quarantined. Any human vessel detected beyond the heliopause will be destroyed. You have 30 days to recall all citizens. Ambassador Sarah Kim stood alone at the podium, representing 8 billion souls scattered across 20 colony worlds. She didn't argue, didn't plead. She simply gathered her documents, looked at the sea of alien faces, and said, "You'll regret this." They laughed. They actually laughed. That was 200 years ago. Captain Zhao Lei of the Stellar Navy watched the Federation scout ship approach the border of what they still called the quarantine zone. The ship's sensors were primitive. They hadn't innovated in centuries. They wouldn't detect his vessel until it was too late. Not that he'd attack. Those days were past. "Captain," his communications officer reported, "they're transmitting in old standard. They want to know if any humans remain alive." Zhao smiled. "Tell them yes, and that we'd be happy to receive their delegation." The scout ship's crew must have argued for hours. Finally, they accepted the invitation. Ambassador Tresh of the Galactic Federation had expected to find ruins. Primitive settlements on a handful of moons, perhaps. A species broken by isolation. Instead, his shuttle descended toward a structure that made his 3 hearts race with impossible recognition. A ring, a Dyson ring, encircling their sun, glittering with billions of habitats. This isn't possible," he whispered. "The mathematics alone would take millennia." "Would it?" Captain Zhao greeted him at the airlock, wearing a uniform Tresh didn't recognize. Sharp, efficient, decorated with symbols of achievement. Or does it just take people who aren't afraid to solve difficult problems? The tour lasted 6 hours. Tresh saw megastructures the Federation had deemed theoretical impossibilities. He saw fusion reactors operating at efficiencies that violated known physics, until Zhao explained the new physics humans had discovered. He saw farms and rotating habitats, producing enough food to feed trillions. "How many humans are there now?" Tresh asked, afraid of the answer. "In Sol system? About 900 billion. Zhao gestured at star map. "Of course, Sol is just our capital now." The map expanded. Tresh felt his blood chill. Red markers. Hundreds of them. Thousands. Human settlements in the dead zones. Regions of space the Federation had written off as too hostile, too resource-poor, too dangerous. "You've been expanding," Tresh whispered. "You quarantined one system. You didn't quarantine human ambition." Zhao's expression hardened. "While your Federation stagnated, comfortable in your ancient territories, we went where you feared to go. Rogue planets, interstellar space, brown dwarf systems. We learned to survive anywhere, thrive anywhere. The dead zones have resources. Had resources. We've claimed most of them." Zhao pulled up economic data. "In fact, Ambassador, humanity now controls 60% of the accessible deuterium in the galaxy, 70% of rare Earth elements. We've enclosed 18 stars in Dyson swarms." Tresh saw it now. The reason for this invitation. "You want to rejoin the Federation?" "No." Zhao's smile was sufficient. "We don't need the Federation. But the Federation." He highlighted Federation resource projections. They showed critical shortages within 50 years. The Federation needs us. This is extortion. This is consequence. You banished us because we wouldn't conform. So we built something better than what you had. Now your ships are aging, your infrastructure crumbling, your territories picked clean. Meanwhile, humanity has an empire among the stars you thought were worthless." Zhao stood, signaling the meeting's end. "Return to your High Chancellor." Tell him humanity offers trade agreements, technology sharing, and alliance. On one condition. What condition? An apology. A formal, public apology for the Edict of Exile. An admission that maybe, just maybe, humanity's excessive aggression was just called ambition. Our unpredictable behavior was called innovation. Our failure to conform was called progress. Kresh left with his report. 3 months later, the Galactic Federation formally apologized, and humanity, forged in exile, welcomed them as equals. Finally,